The Bay Area of California, known for its vibrant culture and progressive movements, stands as a beacon of creativity. Among its most celebrated contributions is the explosion of psychedelic art and poster culture that defined a generation. This visual revolution didn't just emerge in isolation, it grew from the fertile grounds of social change, musical innovation, and a desire to push boundaries both in life and in art. It was more than just a style, it was a movement, a statement, and a reflection of the zeitgeist. The story begins in the 1960s, a time when the counterculture movement was in full swing. San Francisco, particularly neighborhoods like Haight-Ashbury, became the epicenter of a cultural revolution. It was here that the combination of free love, experimental music, and hallucinogenic substances birthed a new artistic language. Psychedelic art wasn't merely a decorative style, it was a visual representation of altered states of consciousness and a rebellion against societal norms. The posters that adorned the streets, concert halls, and record stores of the Bay Area became the medium through which this language was expressed. What made psychedelic art unique was its ability to fuse elements of traditional art with radical, innovative ideas. Influenced by Art Nouveau, Surrealism, and Op art, the artists of this movement created works that were kaleidoscopic, surreal, and deeply symbolic. The intricate patterns, bold colors, and mind-bending designs captured the spirit of an era that questioned authority and embraced exploration both inward and outward. The rise of psychedelic poster art can be traced back to the music scene of the Bay Area. Legendary venues like the Fillmore Auditorium and the Avalon Ballroom became breeding grounds for both musical and visual experimentation. Promoters like Bill Graham and Chet Helms played pivotal roles in commissioning artists to create posters that advertised concerts featuring groundbreaking bands such as Jefferson Airplane, The Grateful Dead, and Janis Joplin with Big Brother and the Holding Company. These posters weren't just advertisements, they were works of art that reflected the ethos of the counterculture movement. Artists like Wes Wilson, Stanley Mouse, Alton Kelly, Rick Griffin, and Victor Moscoso became synonymous with this vibrant visual language. Each had a unique style, but together they shared a commitment to breaking free from traditional design norms. Typography became distorted and fluid, often requiring viewers to closely examine the text, a deliberate choice that encouraged deeper engagement. Vibrant, contrasting colors mimicked the visual effects of LSD, while the imagery often combined fantasy, nature, and mysticism. At the heart of psychedelic poster culture was an emphasis on communal experiences. These posters weren't created in isolation, they were part of a larger dialogue that connected artists, musicians, and audiences. A single poster could capture the essence of a concert, an era, and a state of mind. They served as souvenirs for those who attended the events and as aspirational symbols for those who didn't. Beyond the concert halls, psychedelic art seeped into other areas of visual culture. Album covers, comic books, magazines, and even protest posters adopted the style, expanding its reach and influence. Psychedelic aesthetics became synonymous with freedom and rebellion, making their way into mainstream advertising and design. While this commercialization diluted some of the movement's original intent, it also ensured its longevity and impact. The Bay Area's contribution to psychedelic art wasn't limited to its visual style, it also redefined the role of the artist. The traditional divide between fine art and commercial art was blurred, with poster artists gaining recognition as serious contributors to the cultural landscape. Their work was celebrated not just for its aesthetic value but for its ability to challenge perceptions and inspire change. The influence of psychedelic art didn't fade with the 1960s. Its legacy can be seen in contemporary design, street art, and digital media. The bold experimentation and boundary-pushing ethos of the movement paved the way for new generations of artists. Today, as technology continues to evolve, the psychedelic aesthetic finds new life in virtual and augmented realities, ensuring its relevance in a rapidly changing world. The Bay Area's unique convergence of creativity, activism, and experimentation created the perfect environment for psychedelic art and poster culture to flourish. It was a movement that transcended its time, leaving an indelible mark on the world. The posters, once stapled to telephone poles and plastered on venue walls, now hang in museums and private collections, a testament to their enduring power. As we reflect on this rich cultural history, it's clear that the Bay Area did more than redefine visuals. It redefined the way we think about art, music, and community. Psychedelic art wasn't just a product of its time, it was a catalyst for change and a mirror of the human desire to see,